What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are doing a quick guide for the Pacific Standard job. This is the fifth and final heist of the original heist. So these are the heists that you can start from your high-end apartment. And the first time that you want to play the Pacific Standard job, you will first have to complete the other 4 heists. Then you can play the Pacific Standard job. And once you have completed all of them, you can always just pick which one you want to play. I believe there is a cooldown time though on each heist of 48 minutes. So that means that you have to wait 48 minutes before you can restart the same heist basically. So let's just go over the setups real quick. The first one is the van setup. Now for this you have 2 teams. You have the navigators and then you have the drivers. Now the easiest way to complete this setup mission is if you are a navigator, simply get in the driver's seat and let the driver sit in the passenger seat. Then as the navigator you can open the Trackify app and you can see where you have to go. And then once you find a van, switch seats, because if you want to take a picture of the license plate as a navigator, you have to be in the passenger seat. Normally you will be in the passenger seat and then you have to use these blue arrows to indicate where the driver has to go. But this is kind of annoying, so it's easier to just get in the driver's seat. When you find the van, switch, take the picture, and then for the next van again switch seats, and this way you can complete it very easily. Of course for this you will have to have a driver which will participate in this, so if it's a random and if he doesn't know this tactic, it can be annoying. If this is the case, you can try telling them in game chat, maybe it will work. Or you can also just do it the regular way, so the navigator in the passenger seat and then with the arrows. So if you're doing this on console, it's simply the arrows on the D-pad that you have to use while you're in the Trackify app. You have to find 4 vans like this. After this, Lester will tell you which is the correct van. This van you then have to steal, and that's basically it for this mission. You also have to bring it back, of course, to Lester's factory. But the hardest part is finding the vans with the Trackify app. Then the second setup mission, Signal. For this one you first have to go to the jet skis. With the jet skis you have to go to an island where you have to take out a bunch of cops. After you take out all of the cops, there will be a small cabin. In this cabin you have A.V. Schwartzman. You have to rescue him. Now in the past I think there was also a method where you could just go immediately to the island. You didn't have to use the jet skis. I don't know if this still works. I kind of tried it. But it seems that you always have to get everyone on a jet ski first, and then you will get the next checkpoint. Even if you go to the island and kill all the cops, the mission won't continue. If there is a method that is working right now to skip the jet ski part, you can always let me know, because it kind of takes long, so it's better if you can skip it. But for now, you just have to do it like this. So you get in the police boat with A.V. Schwartzman, then you just go to the Alamo Sea, so the big lake in Sandy Shores. And then the way I do it is I just go on land, I call my car, I let A.V. Schwartzman get in, I lose the cops, and I take it to the drop-off. You could also just lose the cops in the Alamo Sea, so while you're still in the boat, but I don't know if this is much faster. The next setup mission is called Hack. Not much that I can explain about this one, just make sure that you have enough snacks before you start it, because you will have to take out a lot of enemies. Simply get in the white van, drive to the rival heist crew. Over there will be a black van which has something in it that we have to steal. I think it's hard drive, something like this. Basically we're just going to transfer the content of the black van to the white van. Then 3 people will get in the black van and drive off to kind of mislead the rival crew. The rival crew will follow the black van. And then 1 person has to wait with the white van until the black van is gone. And then you can just take it to Lester's factory. So nothing much to this mission. Just make sure that you have enough snacks, and for the rest it's pretty straightforward. In the next setup mission, Convoy, you first have to go to the ambush point. You have to wait until the entire team arrives. When everyone is there, it will tell you to wait for the convoy. But you can see on the map that there is already a helicopter coming towards you. You could take this down easily with a heavy sniper or just a regular sniper as well with a couple of shots. Now after you take out the helicopter, which I really recommend that you do by the way, a truck will arrive with a convoy. Now for this mission I really recommend that you use the Vigilante if you have it. I'm not sure if you can also use the Toreador, but the Vigilante you can definitely use and it's very useful. Just make sure that you don't shoot the truck, make sure that the truck doesn't explode, but afterwards, after you steal the truck to escort it, it's very useful if you have a Vigilante or at least one of your teammates has a Vigilante. If no one has it, you can also just use the insurgents that the convoy has, and this is also of course good, but to take down the helicopters it's better if you have something with homing missiles. For the rest, again, the mission is pretty straightforward. Just make sure that the truck doesn't explode and then bring it to the drop-off location. In the last setup mission, you have to steal electros. So bikes, you just have to go to a rival gang, something like this again, take out everyone. Don't use too much explosives because you might blow up the bikes by accident and then the mission is over. After you take out everyone, get on the electros and then bring them to the drop-off location. The electro, by the way, has a boost which you can use on console by pressing the left analog stick. And on your way to the drop-off location, just be careful, because the NPCs will drive really weird and annoying and they will try to block your way, so make sure that you're careful and don't fall off your bike. When you get them to the drop-off location, that's all of the setup missions, and then it's time for the final. When you start the final, if you want to get a higher payout, make sure to put it on hard mode. You will get 1.875 mil instead of 1.5 mil. You have to do this on this screen over here. Afterwards, you cannot change it anymore. And when you put it on hard mode, you will have 0 lives instead of 1 life. But in principle, you can always just restart the heist and then you will respawn at the previous checkpoint. So total payment of 1,875,000. In principle, you can get all of this if you don't get hit after you get out of the bank with the cash in the bags. There are 3 different roles in this final. So 2 people are crowd control, 1 person is the demolition, and 1 person is the hacker. All of these roles are very simple. Also, after you get out of the bank, all of these roles will have to do the exact same. But for each role, there are some things that you have to know. So once everyone is at the front of the bank, you will enter. There are 2 guards that you have to take down. One thing that you have to know over here already is that you do not take out the hostages. If you take out the hostages, the alarm will go off and then noose will arrive, which will make your escape more difficult. So for the crowd control people, actually there is only one thing that they have to know. Just make sure that you don't take out any of the hostages. A very easy way to keep the hostages scared, by the way, as crowd control, is just have a RPG in your hand, and then normally the crowd will stay intimidated. If the bar drops, you can just shoot on the ground or in the air and then it will go right back up. Just make sure that you don't kill anyone. The demolition will have to open the gates to get to the basement. Over there, 2 guards, just take them out. Then the hacker has to go to this control panel over here, do one simple hack. So just go to my computer, external device, brute force, and then I'm pretty sure that you guys know this hack. Just press X when the leather gets in the cross section of the horizontal and the vertical line that you have. Then the gate will open. There will be one more gate that the demolition has to open with the explosives, and then you can get to the safe. Now over here I recommend that just one person takes cash and then the other one will just have a empty bag. This will make it easier to not lose cash while you're escaping, because then just one person has to be careful and make sure that they don't get hit instead of 2, so it kind of lowers the risk. And then of course all of the other people will have to protect the demolition in this case, so the person with all of the cash, because every time they will get hit, everyone is going to lose money. After you take everything, go to the exit, so regroup at the exit. And then if the alarm didn't go off, you will only see police cars arriving if the alarm did go off. So if you killed one of the hostages, then there will also be news. Now for this part, the easiest method is just to use a RPG if you have one. Exit the bank first, so don't start shooting while you're in the bank, because then there is a really high chance that you will shoot one of your teammates and then you will kill yourself. You don't want this, but just exit the bank. Take out all of the police cars. If you don't have a RPG, use another explosive and then start running through this alley. Now over here, everyone just followed me really good, but normally it's just one person that has to make this run. And then when you get to the bikes, you blow the bikes up, you kill yourself, and then you can just restart and then everyone will spawn at the bikes. But over here, like I said, everyone followed me real good. Over here, make sure that you get this checkpoint before you continue. So the next checkpoint will arrive when you have it. It's across the street. If you don't get this checkpoint and you just go across the street, then you will be out of area and the game will ask you to return. And this is of course something that you don't want. Then cross the street. There will be one more police car coming down the hill. Wait until it stops moving and then you can take it out very easily with a RPG rocket. The next step is to take out the getaway bikes. The reason why we're doing this is because if you take out the getaway bikes, you will get the next objective of the mission, which is head to the canyon. And then if you have this, if everyone is not over here yet, you can kill yourself. Then you can restart the mission and everyone will respawn at this point. And this way it will be faster and not everyone will have to make the run. Another reason why you should take out the bikes is because the bikes are not so good in my opinion. if you are on a bike, there is a high risk that you will fall off if you hit something, and also you will get hit much more. So even if you restart the mission after you took out the bikes and everyone is there, take out the bikes again and try to find a car with 4 seats so that everyone can just get in the same car. This is much easier. So over here, there wasn't any car parked on the street, so we just took a police car, which is also perfectly fine. Now, sadly, I wasn't a driver over here, but normally you can go straight to the boat. So you don't have to go to the canyon. You can skip that checkpoint. You can go straight to the boat, which is much easier. Normally in the mission, you will have to take the bikes, drive to the canyon, then basically drive off the canyon, use a parachute to land on the boat. But this is just much harder. It will take much longer. So just set a waypoint immediately to the boat, especially when you have a car. And then you don't have to drive all the way up the canyon. You don't have to use those small roads. You can just use the highway. I will also show you guys in a bit how that looks exactly in this heist. It was a good heist, but sadly I wasn't a driver, so I couldn't do this. After everyone gets in the dinghy, you just drive off, and that's the end of the heist. Over here, we got away with 1,886,000, which is really good. So we lost less than 9k, which in my opinion is a very nice heist. For the elite challenges, if you want to get a small bonus, 3 challenges, finish the heist under 10 minutes and 15 seconds. We couldn't do this because we drove up the canyon. Noose were not called, so the alarm didn't go off, and also nobody got wasted. We didn't even have to restart the heist, which is also very good, of course. Now, just to show you guys also an example of how it could look if not everyone follows really good. So then you arrive at this point as the runner, you could say. So the person obviously which is not carrying a lot of cash, or which is not carrying cash actually. Then you destroy the bikes, you kill yourself, and then everyone will respawn over here. So then not everyone will have to make this run, which is actually smart, because then the person with the cash can just take it slow, and then the other 2, which are also not running, can protect them. Then just take out the bikes again, because like I said, you don't want anyone on the bikes. They're dangerous, and also you can get hit very easily and you can lose a lot of cash. So then just find a car, like I said, with 4 seats preferably, and then just put a waypoint on the dinghy and just use the highway on the left side of the map. So don't take the inside roads, don't take any small roads, just use the highway. Now the reason it failed over here was because on the way the tires of this car exploded. So we had to change cars, and then one of the guys got in a different car. He took a different road, and then he died. So that's the reason why it failed. So just stick together, that's always the best. And when you get here, you can just drive on this dirt road over here. You can go to the dinghy, and that's much faster than driving all the way up the canyon. But like I said, sadly one of the teammates didn't stick with us and he died. So guys, that was it. Hope it was helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.